and how are y'all doing? This is Lisa and you are watching The Search. I want to welcome back all my returnees, and if you are new, welcome. I hope that you enjoy true crime. I cover all realms of it, from either watching trials, commenting on current situations, and also I like to focus on missing and unsolved cases. So if that's something you're interested, and sometimes I give a little extra on the side, please stick around, and I appreciate it if you enjoy what you see. Please make sure to subscribe. But tonight we are going to focus on Angela Anderson. She is 54 years old and is originally missing from New Jersey. I'm going to get into her story a little bit, and I want to tell you this story needs to be shared. So please, guys, if you're watching, hit the share button. You have to get this out. This is a fresh case. This also deals with a little bit of mental illness. We can get her found. This is from her daughter. Her daughter did a interview with People. Pretty much it is coming from the daughter, who actually was the one that really interacted with her. And her daughter is Deidre Rice. So if you hear me say the words Rice, that is this Deidre's last name. She is 32 and she lives in Salem, Pennsylvania. I'm actually pretty familiar with these areas. It really makes it interesting just picturing the routes and stuff that were taken. I'm gonna let you know that Angela was not doing her best. She was 54 now, but I want to give you a little back history on kind of what's going on with her. She did not always have mental health issues. Deidre said that her mother's mental health problems began after she separated from her husband. The last 5 years, it has been such a spiral downward, she said. This is not the mother I grew up with. The mom I grew up with made dinner every night, took us to practice, was very involved in our lives, and hit everybody like a storm. It's shocking. It comes out of nowhere, but it's hard and it's scary. The mental illness that has happened is, so she separated with her husband. Ever since then, she started having paranoia and also some delusions. She wasn't diagnosed with schizophrenic, but just some paranoia that, I feel like after telling you some new things that were rised up, probably that's where it was going, but definitely dealing with delusional thoughts and thinking people were after her and just really going on a break. And it's awful. 5 years ago, this is current, so we're looking about 2019. And you gotta think also, we went through COVID. People were by themselves. She did have an apartment by herself. So let's get into what happened. I want to say that with all this going on, like I said, she lived in her apartment area, which was in the New Jersey area, Trenton area, and also Willingsboro area. So kind of back around all of there. Things were getting pretty bad, so she was involuntarily committed by authorities on July 14th. She stayed in the Virtua, which is Virtua. It's not virtual, it's virtual. I'm not sure. I don't want to misplace it, but that's how it's spelled. Willingsboro Hospital, New Jersey. They say that usually people stay from 10 to 14 days. Like I said, she stayed from July 14th to August 29th. So basically she stayed 45 days. Now, I'm going to tell you, before I go any further, this is why I have to just share this. I don't pick what's trending. I pick what's important to me, and I hopefully the communities out here, if this was your parent, your child, your sister, you would want somebody to cover this. Okay, if you look at my past, you'll see that I don't do a lot of real famous trending cases. I want to take from this that I feel that the system has failed her. I feel they did get involved, but they didn't follow through, and that's not good. Sharing this will also say how much more work we need in the mental health fields and helping people, because now we have a missing person, and this is why. So She gets out after 45 days of treatment, okay? Then, of course, while you're in there, they try to get you stable on your meds. She stayed extra long, so they were going good. Sounds like that, hey, they were trying to work something and really put their all in with her. So they released her, and she still had her apartment in Palmyra, that's spelled Palmyra. That's where she actually had an apartment there. When she was released, the court ordered resources and provided a caseworker from Legacy Treatment Services. This is why I say they had her a caseworker. They had her like set up to do things. She was supposed to do resources that were provided. All right, so we got something going here. Now, I'm sure that places are overloaded. I don't know if it's state funded or what all is going on, but I will tell you, whatever it is, there is never enough workers. There is always overturn going on. And so I do have empathy for people that work in this system. In this case, though, I think that things were just not done correctly. And that's my opinion on what I feel. But I want to just kind of stand with the daughter that knew everything going on and pleaded and knew ahead of time that this would happen. As someone that is a caretaker, my mother has dementia. I know what my mother is capable of doing and not doing. So I think that it's real important that we listen to the families. This could just be a bad apple in a bunch. I am not saying anything against the companies or the organizations that were working legacy treatment service or anything. Everybody can have their own opinion. I just feel that I wish they would have listened just a little on this. So now the daughter, Deetra Rice, said to people when they were letting her out, the doctors were telling me she was doing slightly better on the medicine. She wanted her mom to go into a halfway house. She knew what her mom had been going through, and being that they said after all that time that she was doing a little better, I think she felt that she needed to be in something where someone was looking over her, a group setting or whatever, like a halfway house. So she was pleading, no, I don't want her to go back there. I want to get her in a halfway house. They thought, well, let's give it a shot. Okay, and let's see how she can live on her own. That's what they do. You got to remember, she's been out, so this is like September and October-ish. All right, and the daughter had been keeping up with her little concerns here and there. On November 4th, around 9:30, Deetra, who says she kept trying to get her mother into the halfway house, received a phone call from her mother's caseworker, who said that Angela, her mom, had her suitcase packed and wanted to visit Rice's home in Pennsylvania. So basically, I guess the caseworker's like, look, she's wanting to come see you and letting her know that. The caseworker did call her and let her know that. According to Deidre, she told the caseworker not to let her mother leave that apartment. So, like, she was like, no, no, there's no way my mom can travel. Okay, no way, will she make it here? She does not have the ability. Please. About 3 hours later, Rice got another phone call from the caseworker who said she received approval from her supervisor and that they had already taken Anderson to the station. So, allegedly, I'm wondering, did they already take her to the station, which is why she got the phone call? And so when she could see that the daughter was not too happy, she made sure to get all bases covered. Now, this is just alleged. This is me talking. Or did, after the plea, she go and say, okay, look, I've talked to the daughter. The daughter does not want her going to the station or anything, getting taken there. And I'm thinking, is she the caseworker? Did she take her there and then call her afterwards? Like, I don't know. I've got some questions, more questions on that. I am going to be following on this and keeping you up because I want to know more answers to the questions. Now, listen to this. After 3 hours later, she's been dropped off at the station. But the daughter says that she told them Mom didn't have any money or a valid ID. In response, the caseworker claimed they had asked her mother a number of questions, including if she had any money. But Anderson had told them to mind their business. You're a caseworker. It is your business to know what she has. Listen, there are cell phones. Why didn't you call that daughter right then? Why? Why did you not call her when the mom was sitting right there? Why was it hours later? You should have contacted her right then. That's what I'm saying. 1 and 1 is not adding to 2. The math is not mathing. Deidre says the caseworker contacted her the next day and said they approved her to leave because they didn't consider Anderson a danger to herself or others. So you know what Deidre told him? She said, well, don't worry. My mom's safety is on your hands. And that was what the end of the conversation was. A representative of Palmyra Police told people on November 27th that the investigation is ongoing and that the department could not disclose any further details. Also, people had contacted Legacy's treatment services multiple times for comment but did not receive a response. So listen. When Anderson didn't show up to Rice's place, Rice filed a missing persons report on November 5th. She did not show up, guys. She did not. Now, remember she had a caseworker? Caseworker is supposed to go by. So now, the caseworker lets her go on, all right, claims she had her suitcase and all that. I feel she's seen her. I don't know though. That's all alleged. But she said she had a suitcase. And then she said that she told him not to mind her own business, all that stuff, and they just let her go. And then after it's all said and done is when they call the daughter, basically, okay? So, the caseworker's job, of course, is to go out and check on her at her place. What's going on with her, see what's going on. Well, let me tell you what the police seen. When the police went to the place after her already being a week missing, police go in her apartment. So my mom's bed was standing up against the wall. Her bedroom door was off the hinges. They were expired foods all in the fridge. And then they found her cell phone. It was wrapped in tinfoil inside of a baggie in her apartment. Rice claims that the caseworker offered no comment about the state of Anderson's apartment. Oh! Yeah. Is that none of her business? From what Rice learned, her mother was seen on camera getting on SEPTA train and traveling through Philadelphia before switching on to Amtrak train. Then, according to Rice, her mom purchased a ticket for Washington, D.C., but got off in Wilmington, Delaware. She said, we have no family or friends in the D.C. We have no family or friends in Delaware. In addition, Anderson has 3 other children. So it's not just Deidre. She has 3 other children that are all sons and is also a grandmother. She's a very happy and funny person. She loves her faith. So they said, what would you say if you could talk to her? Rice simply says, Mom, I love you. I miss you. Call me. Call me now. Since her mom's disappearance, the whole family has been active in the search, from posting flyers to contacting media outlets to spread the word, which is why we have to spread it. Guys, it is so important. When things are trending, they get out to thousands of people. But if there's only 1 or 2 that choose to do a case, then guess what, guys? It's whatever y'all send out. If the algorithm picks it up, if it pushes it, I try to share everywhere. I try to do what I can. But guys, the community, it really, the algorithm doesn't know it's a good video or a bad video. It only knows what y'all do. That's why commenting, liking, and subscribing is so important. But they're doing everything to spread the word. So guys, when I do search videos or unsolved, I do a prayer ribbon for each person involved or the missing person, and a ribbon represents a prayer for justice. So for right now, I'm doing a ribbon for Angela Anderson, 54 years old, and this is a prayer for justice. We will continue to pray that we get justice, that we bring home, that we continue to talk to people involved, to the caseworker that it wasn't her business. Find out exactly who all seen her, what surveillance caught her. Guys, this is so important. With that being said, please make sure to leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. If you are from that area and you are familiar with those train stations, if you could recommend anything, leave it in the comment. It really will help. Just share it to Facebook, your friend, wherever. Just wherever you can get this out to. It will help so much. And guys, I apologize for having my drawer open at the whole time. I just realized it. But anyway, I will see y'all on the next search. Be safe out there.